I'm just so pleased that you're having such a nice rest, Dad.
Well, if you think I'm having a nice rest, Alan, you haven't been listening to me.
What's the matter, Dad? Aren't the nurses pretty enough for you this time?
Don't be insolent, Alan.
You're just bored and you know it.
Well, that's exactly why I should be released today.
Look, just think of it as a little vacation and stop complaining. Monica and I will be in to see you later, okay?
We'll smuggle in something edible.
Okay, bye.
How is he?
Eating every minute of it. Has he been told the results of his stress test yet?
No, he hasn't. Rick thought it better not really to say anything to him. His blood pressure is high enough as it is.
I'm surprised he didn't demand to know.
Well, Rick made it very clear what he should do, and Edward kind of took him up on it, which is fortunate. And I agree with Rick. Excuse me, maybe we should have consulted you.
No, I think you're both right.
Well, then what, may I ask, is the problem? Why are you so upset? Is it personal?
I'm not upset. I don't have any personal problems, Monica. I just happen to be concerned about my father, that's all.
Oh, that's what I understand. The Quartermain family.
Monica, fathers and sons have a very special kind of bond between them. My father and I have that bond as well. And it upsets me a lot when I see him slowing up the way that he is slowing up. Because for some strange reason, I always thought that my father and my mother were going to live forever.
Yes, the immortality of the Quartermains.
We're too wicked to die young, Monica.
Yes, just my luck.
Exactly. And I don't intend to accommodate you with an early demise, Monica. But if I did, what kind of life would you have? No Alan? No Rick?
Would you like me to pour the tea?
I beg your pardon, I can handle this.
Would you just stop nagging me about the baby?
Monica, I am worried about him. This sudden change in the weather is going to be very rough on him.
Yes, I realize that. I happen to be a cardiac surgeon as well as a mother. I'm fully aware of his heart disease. I don't need neither you nor Rick to remind me of it.
Well, I happen to be a little bit concerned about your priorities lately, Monica. You don't seem to have any time at all for Alan Jr.
Oh, no, I have all the time in the world for my son. At least I'm home with him in the evenings. As opposed to you, who have managed to spend most of your evenings with your business partner. That was until she managed to skip town on... Edward, hello.
Dad, it certainly is nice to have a visit from my children. Ah, the joys of having a family.
Let me help you,
I
everything.
am perfectly capable of getting into bed by myself, Monica.
May I get you anything else, Mr. Quartermain?
Well, thank you. The only thing I want right now is peace and quiet. Thank you very much.
We'll take over from here. Thank you, nurse.
Certainly, Dr.
Thank you.
I'd like to apologize to you for Monica and myself.
No. Apologize for me, Alan. I take full responsibility.
Well, maybe it's time both of you started taking responsibility for each other for a change. If you ask me, the two of you are stuck together for good, so you might as well make the most of it and start planning to make me some more grandchildren.
That isn't going to happen, Edward.
I have enough problems without having to worry about a legitimate heir to inherit the Quartermain Trust.
There is no problem about that. It all goes to Alan Jr.
Yes, but he's a very frail little boy, Alan, and you both know that. After his open heart surgery, anything could happen to him, especially with this abominable weather.
Who put you up to this, Edward?
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Monica.
Don't you be ridiculous. This is a ridiculous conversation. Now, look, my son is just fine. And he is going to be fine from now on. And as far as having any more children by Ellen, I would sooner rot in hell.
Would you like to tell me what brought all that on?
Oh, I don't know, Alan. Guess I'm just feeling kind of old these days. The thought of having more children around the house, legitimate Quartermains, somehow or other it seems to make life more worth living.
You better understand this, Dad. I love Susan. I love her very much. And I will never consider having another child with Monica.
How does it feel being chained to a woman? Because of a son.
You should know. It's why you stayed with Mother all these years, isn't it? Because of your legitimate children?
Main desk, Mrs. Price.
Georgia, this is Alan Quartermain.
Oh, yes, Dr. Quartermain. What can I do for you?
This is an emergency. My son is very ill. Can you locate my wife for me, please?
Oh, right away. I know she's been in surgery.
Yes, she should be out by now.
Oh, yes, of course. I'll put you on hold, and I'll locate her as soon as possible.
Thank you. Would have made it without you.
Oh, come on. Thank you very much, but we're still not out of the woods yet, you know.
Yeah.
Did you speak to any of the families?
Cunningham's doing that right now.
Oh, I guess every policeman's wife has to try to prepare herself for something like this.
They never really are they?
It's unbelievable. 2 of Frank Smith's hit men are dead, 2 policemen are critically injured, and nobody knows where Hutch is. One night, I think I'm going to be glad to go home and just stay put.
Yeah, if we can get home in this mess.
Dr. Quartermain, you have a phone call.
Oh, thank you. I think. Yeah, it's Dr. Quartermain.
Monica, it's Alan. Look, I've got some bad news for you.
What is it?
The baby's temperature shot up to 102.
Alan, it is just a chest cold. I'll be home as soon as I can.
No, I want you to stay there. I want you to find Rick. I'm driving the baby in, all right?
What? Alan, are you out of your mind? There's a blizzard out there.
Listen to me, Monica. He can hardly breathe. His lung congestion is so heavy. For a moment, I thought I'd lost
Look, Alan, don't be melodramatic. It is a chest cold. I have been in surgery all night long. I'm really in no mood.
Listen to me, damn it. I had to give him mouth-to-mouth just to keep him breathing.
What? Oh, my God, Alan.
Monica, what is it?
It's a baby. Look, I'll call an ambulance right away.
I want you to do that. I'm going to drive the baby in.
No, you can't do that, Alan. You can't. The roads are almost impassable.
The snowplows passed by half an hour ago, Monica. I can beat an ambulance by 20 minutes.
I can't let you do it, Alan.
I am going to do it. Stella is with me. Just find Rick.
He's here. He's right here.
Okay, I'll meet you both in the lobby. Just get a gurney, have some oxygen. Goodbye. Stella, I'm going to go warm the car up. I found Monica and Rick. They'll be waiting for us in the lobby, all right?
Yes, sir. Okay, kiddo, this better be good news.
Well, what is it?
Well, let me see.
George, it's cold out there.
Where are they? It's been over an hour.
Monica, it's only been 20 minutes.
I should have gotten an ambulance, Rick.
Alan is not going to take a chance with the boy. If he said he'll be here, he knows what he's talking about.
How do you know? They could be piled up in a snowdrift.
If he's not here in another 5 minutes, I'll send out the police, and I will also send an ambulance.
Where's my mind then? What have I been thinking of? You were the one who told me I should be very careful of that baby during this weather, and what did I do? I snapped your head off.
That is the past. Forget it.
And I
all right?
told Alan to stop harping on me when he said I should be with the baby. I should be home. But no, because I loathe going into that house at night, I chose to work longer hours here in the hospital.
You
Wonderful.
did not choose to work here tonight. You were needed and needed very badly.
For heaven's sakes, Cunningham could have operated on that policeman.
Cunningham is good. It was your skill who pulled the man through.
Rick, Alan says the baby can hardly breathe.
I realize that.
Rick, Monica.
Oh, here, let me see.
Alan, would you
him,
keep your
take him,
wife
Rick.
away, please?
I will keep her away.
see
Rick, you take him. You
Okay.
let Rick take him. Let him get the oxygen started.
I
Calm
don't
down.
like the way he looks, Alan.
Okay. I really don't think you should have held that much longer about it.
His breathing isn't good at all. Not good at all.
Come on, let's get into NIC.
Alan, thank you for getting him here.
Linda, we need another ambulance.
Evening, Dad.
Well, Alan, what are you doing out of the house? You're going to kill yourself on those roads.
No, don't be silly. The snowplows were out half an hour ago. Everything's fine.
Well, perhaps for now, but just try getting back home again.
Well, your chart says you're a lot better.
Yeah, thank goodness. Damn cough seems to have let up on me a bit.
Well, you seem even stable enough to have a chat.
A chat I can always have. You start checking on how stable I am, I know you're leading up to some kind of a serious conversation.
Nothing gets past you, does it?
Very little. Well, you hear from Alex? Is that what this is all about?
No, I didn't hear anything from Alex. But I spoke to Mother, and she's fine. She's tucked up nice and warm in Palm Beach.
Well, it might be a tempted to join her there. She just wouldn't engage me in conversation. Well, what's wrong, Alan? Now something is.
First thing I want to tell you is that everything's under control, okay? I want you to believe that. Alan Jr. became quite ill. I had to bring him into the hospital tonight. He's in ICU right now with Rick.
I warned Monica.
Don't start that now, will you please?
Well, what's his condition? Now, don't lie to me, Alan.
He has an upper respiratory infection. His breathing is... It's difficult.
Come on. You don't have to hold back with me.
I had to give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation just to pump up his lungs long enough to get him into the hospital.
His heart?
Of course. It's always involved now, isn't it? But Rick is watching it every second.
I better get down there,
You're
right?
not going. Sit down.
Look, this is my grandson, Alan. I want to tell him personally that he's going to pull through.
Well, he wouldn't be able to hear you say that. But let me tell you that I appreciate you saying it.
Well, I mean it. The boy's a fighter. He proved that the day he was born in that other awful snowstorm. He's a real Quartermain.
Yes, I believe he is.
You know, whatever else Monica may have done, she produced a child exactly like us. I'm very proud of her for that.
Yes, I am too. And grateful. And a little guilty.
Because of Susan Moore.
Sure. Don't get me wrong, I love Susan very much. Nothing's changed about that. I still want to have a life with her.
Yeah, nonsense.
Dad, times have changed. My feelings have changed.
You tell your feelings to take a powder.
Anyway, at the moment, the only thing that's important is Alan Jr.
Not at the moment, Alan. At all times. You know, one thing you have to learn, we Quartermains may have our fling.
This Quartermain is not having a fling.
Don't argue with me, Alan. It is a fling. But then we get back home again to keep the bloodline flowing. Now, you get downstairs and stand by Monica in all of this. That's where you belong.
You're right. You're always right. Don't you ever get tired of being right? I'll come and see you later, okay?
I want a full report. You can't go back home anyway. The whole damn world's gone crazy out there. You know, Port Charles used to be a lovely place to live.
It still is, if you're happy, Dad.
Boy, you hang in there, guy.
Oh, Steve.
Not now, Monica. Alan got your boy here in time.
Now I just want to know what his temperature is.
Hey, give him a chance to make him comfortable and breathing well.
Responding well to the oxygen.
Yeah, I see that.
His color's better. He's moving around more.
Yeah, he's got a good kick going there. I'd say he's going to be at least a fullback at Port Charles University.
I just want to know what his temperature is.
I'll tell you that in just a minute.
Look, I'll do it myself.
You will not. You are serving as an observer. Steve, would you please tell her?
He's right. Rick's the boss here. In this case, you're just the mother.
Well, if I had been a better mother, he wouldn't be here.
Would you stop with that? Try to relax, Monica.
Oh, Rick, come on, relax. Out of your mind?
Do you trust me to try to save this boy?
Yes, of course I do. I trust you with my life. And my child is my life.
Of course he is. Mine too.
Shall we wait outside until Rick is through?
Come on.
Okay, let's just talk about something else, okay?
Okay. Steve, our admission's still climbing?
Yes, steadily. Things don't look good, Ellen. Not good at all.
Jesse, don't worry about it. If you can't get here, you can't. I think I have it.